Hey you, it's me, and today is Tuesday. So today we're going to go over what we have done with our book that we are challenging Cenk Uygur to write before he does. Not that he's even aware of this challenge, but it's fun to pretend. To be done on September 25th, 2023. So what did I do this week in writing? Not a lot. I'm a person who gets migraines on a fairly regular basis, so I wasn't feeling very well a lot of this week, and I still had to work. So I put all my energy into work and less energy into writing. But what I did do is something that helps me to further my writing. What I did was I took all the bits and pieces that I have written. I tend to, when I have ideas, just write it down somewhere on a piece of paper or whatever. And so I collected all of those and put it all together so that I have a more cohesive idea of what it is that I am writing. And organizing your thoughts and putting things together is certainly a really good step towards the writing process. It's part of it, really. So I did that. So I got my ideas together and organized. So now the next step will be to start writing them, putting them together, and then, well, this is my process, is I put them all together and then I add in what I need to put in to make it a cohesive story, if that makes sense. Anyway, so that's where I am with that. And I did want to mention, a lot of people are talking about the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida. And I mean, it's not saying that. What it's saying is, let's not talk about sexual topics for children kindergarten through 3rd grade. And honestly, why is that a bad thing? When I was in kindergarten, I don't think I would have understood anything if someone said they're gay or they're transgendered, or, I just would have went, oh, okay, and went on about my business without really understanding what that meant. For 3rd grade, which I guess is 8 or 9, something like that, I don't think even then, I mean, I might have a little bit more of a grasp, but who at that age, like, I had my first crush when I was 5, and I understand what it's like to have a crush on somebody, to like somebody a lot, and think that they're really neat, that they're really special. I mean, at 5, I just thought this boy was really nice and cute, and I liked being around him. But I never thought for a second about sex, or even had a concept of what that was. And if I'd had a crush on a girl, it's really all you're thinking in your head at 5, 6, even 7 years old is, oh, I really like this person and I like being around this person. Your thoughts don't really go beyond that, unless of course you're abused, and then your thoughts still don't understand it. You still can't connect the dots, let's face it, at that age. You just really can't. And if I had a big crush on a girl, oh, well, I just really like the girl, she's really neat. To push that into this idea that children of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old need to understand transgender and etc., I just don't think it's necessary. I mean, you can say, oh yeah, this is my mom and this is my other mom, and a kid will go, oh, okay, because they're not really going to think about it beyond that. Oh, she has 2 moms, cool. Oh, he has 2 dads, neato. The transgender thing, if you introduce somebody as, this is my dad, even though they're a trans man, they're still going to say, oh, hello, sir. They're not going to question it because, oh, that's his dad, that's her dad, that's her mom. They're not going to question it. It's not that they understand it, but they don't question it because they're children and they more than likely listen to authority. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole mix thing. Instead of saying Mr. or Miss or Mrs. or Ms., they have this thing called mix. So if somebody is, I guess, not gender specific, they call them mix. I don't know how I feel about that, but I feel like that is a lot less bad than what I don't understand is all these teachers who teach young students are trying to explain to them, oh yes, I'm gay, oh yes, I'm bisexual. Oh, yeah. Why do your students need to know that? I mean, I never knew. My teacher was just my teacher when I was a kid. It didn't occur to me until maybe 6th grade that my teacher was married. You know, you don't think about those things as a kid. It's not there at the forefront of your thoughts. You just say, oh, this is Mrs. Such and Such. And that's as far as you go. You don't think about it any further. I just hate these teachers who feel like they have to explain their whole lives to their children. What do their children care? They're just a teacher that's supposed to teach them reading, writing, and arithmetic. And these teachers, there's one teacher who was crying because she didn't know if she should tell her students she was married to a person who is, I guess, feminine presenting. Why would you even have to say that? That's my question. You're going to say, oh yes, I'm married, and that's it. I don't understand why she literally was crying because she didn't know if she could explain to her kids, who I think were like 2nd or 3rd grade, you know, that she's married to this person. And I'm just like, why would you need to explain that? That's your private life. That's not your work life. Work life has always been separate from private life. I guess these days it's a little more confusing because of all the YouTubers who are showing their private life as well as public life. So there's been kind of a blend in there that maybe people don't necessarily know where to draw the line. But you don't need to tell your children everything. They're there to learn. They're not there to, I mean, yeah, they learn social skills and all that. That's important too. But they're there to do that with each other. They're not there to high five their teacher because they came out as gay or gender fluid or whatever. I don't think that needs to be said unless a student asks, are you gay? And then the teacher can say yes and then move on. That's it. There's no explanation needed. I just don't understand the world right now. Maybe I'm just too old. Anyway, that's my update on writing and thoughts as well. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next Tuesday. That's all I gotta say.